Skins. There are a lot of skins in Brawl Stars. Heck, there's even a whole catalog of them with a bunch of other skins that aren't in that catalog. These skins are separated into sections, and today we're looking at one of those sections. The rare section. The skins in the rare section are only 29 gems, which makes them a great deal most of the time. So today I'm going to rank every rare skin in Brawl Stars. Let's get into it. The first skin of the tier list is 8-Bit Classic. This skin is a bit overhated in my opinion. Is just okay, but it's not the worst thing ever like people think it is. The green looks alright, and I like the accents of red on the shoes and gun. C tier. Next up is one of the best value for a rare skin. Agent P is a really awesome skin with very nice shades. This platypus has a nice suit and looks really nice with the animation of normal Mr. P. The turrets get this cool robot futuristic color scheme with the white and blue eyes. A great skin. S tier. Next up on the list is Amazing Charlie. This skin has a really cool color scheme with blue, purple and pink with white eyes. The cape's white and pink kinda remind me of strawberry cake, which is nice. A tier. Next up is in my opinion a crazy overrated skin. Axel Willow. I kinda hate this skin. The pink eyes just kinda look off and the orange hair just looks goofy. The pink dress looks way worse than the black dress of the original, and the blue lamp just looks unnatural. D tier. Next is the first skin that most new players will get. Bandida Shelly. This is just plain and simple a nice skin. The black hair is nice and looks good with the red scarf. The eye patch is cool and gives the skin the extra thing it needs to get into a tier. Next up is a very similar skin to Bandida Shelly. Billy the Kit. This skin also has an eye patch and scarf, but the scarf is yellow and smaller. He also has brown boots and gloves, which really stands out. The other thing of note is that the yarn is replaced with a bomb, which is funny. B tier. Next up is another skin that looks like a superhero. Blackbird Edgar. The blue, black and white looks great together, and it also has the mask with white eyes that Amazing Charlie had. The scarf has a cool new pattern with teeth with a design on the shirt. A tier. Next up is a pretty good value for 29 gems. Boy Scout Gus is next. I think this is just a pretty good value. The outfit is completely different from base Gus, which is good. He also gets a nice hat and red balloon. B tier. Next up is a really fun skin. It's Bubblegum BB. Bubblegum BB has a nice pastel color scheme with the light blues and pinks. It also has a lollipop that she hits people with, which is pretty funny. A tier. Next is a skin that I didn't even know you could buy before making this video. It's Classic Shelly. Classic Shelly is the only rare skin with a unique animation holding her gun in the air with one hand instead of two. She also gets a cowboy design, which I like. A tier. Next up is one of the most mid skins of all time. Constructor Jackie. This skin just has a bad color scheme in my opinion. The white and green helmet looks pretty bad. The green suit with the yellow straps, which don't blend well. Not much going on. D tier. Next up is a pretty evil skin. Next is Dark Chester. I really like this skin. The black and blue with the white eyes is pretty cool and looks nice. A tier. Next up is one of my favorite 29 gem skins. Doll Jessie is next. This skin has a cool stitch design with black eyes, which looks pretty neat. The nice Valentine's feel with the pink and red is nice, and Scrappy gets a nice pink coat. S tier. Next up is a mid skin for a mid brawler. Draco Doug. I kinda hate this skin. I don't like the purple and green combo. It's not that pleasing of a color mix. They also got rid of the blue shorts and makes them purple, which doesn't pop out at all, unlike the blue shorts. D tier. Next up, the 29 gem skin for the newest brawler. Elf Angelo is next. This skin is only okay. The skin going from white and muted green to white and muted yellow. It's not a huge change. Instead of washed purple accents of the original, it's a washed green as well as having a red horn which pops. C tier. Next up is a skin with a pun for a name. Next is Foot Bonnie. I really like the helmet with a soccer ball pattern and the gold chain looks nice. The cannon turning blue is a small change but it looks really good. Next up is a really underrated skin in my opinion. GForce Janet. This skin has a nice mix of red, yellow and blue with a cool fighter pilot jacket with a cooler jetpack. A tier. Next is a pretty interesting skin and a great value for his gems. It's Goblin Carl. The red eyes look pretty cool and turning Carl into a goblin weirdly fits. The minecart also gets a cool red eye and mouth. A tier. Next up is the most dapper 29 gem skin. It's Golden Barley. This knockoff loaded Rico is one of the best 29 gem skins. The suit looks nice and the bottle also looks good. It's simple but it looks amazing. S tier. Next up is one of the worst skins ever. It's GT Max. This skin is simply bad. The colors are just awful. Orange and blue normally work well together. They're complementary colors. But when you change them to this weird muted versions of the color, it just looks wrong. F tier. Next up is a skin that exists. Inferno Chuck. I don't really like this skin that much. The only thing really to note is the red eyes and I don't really care about everything else. D tier. Next up is a pretty purpley skin. Kaija Buzz is next. I really like the purple and teal. It fits well with Buzz's design. It's a good reference to the Super City Rampage dinosaur which is cool. S tier. Next up is a skin. It sure is a skin. It's Lady Bugby. The skin is kinda just there. The only real difference is it goes from purple and yellow to red and black. C tier. Next up is a 2-for-1 deal. It's Larry and Lori controllers. This skin could have just been both of them being red but instead Larry's red and Lori's blue, which is pretty cool for a 29 gem skin. A tier. Next is one of the goats of 29 gem skins. It's Leon the Stray. The skin is a great buy and if you have Leon you should buy this skin. The skin is just a good skin and that's it. S tier. Next up is French. It's Macaron Miko. The director feel makes sense and the fact that it whacks people with a baguette is funny. B tier. Next is the best 29 gem skin. Next is Mask Spike. This skin is the best value of any skin. Every time you die and respawn it switches. There are 8 masks and a lot of them would be good skins on their own but instead they're all together which is awesome. S tier. Next is the first 29 gem skin that came out at the same time as a brawler. It's MC Mandy. I think this skin is underrated. It has a good mix of yellow and purple with nice pink accents. Also the candy staff becomes a microphone with a face which is funny. A tier. Next up is a skin with the biggest glow up. Mean Girl M's. This skin used to be the worst in the game but now it has a better color scheme and horns which makes it leagues better. B tier. Next is probably the second worst skin ever. Outlaw Colt. All that changes is the cloths and hair turn black. Do I need to say anything else? It's basically a carbon copy of Rockstar Colt. Another bad skin. E tier. Next is easily a top 10 or top 5 29 gem skin. It's Panda Nita. This skin has Nita wear a red and yellow dress with a black and white bear hat. Bruce becomes a panda bear which is awesome. A tier. Next up is a skin I think is a teeny bit overrated. Patrol RT. I just think this skin isn't that cool. The police theme is good but the colors don't really work with RT. B tier. Next up is proof that sometimes simple is better. It's Pink Piper. There's not much to say, it's just a decent skin and fits well with Piper's design. B tier. Next up is the discount version of Mind Spore Cordelius. Poison Cap Cordelius is next. This is just a worse version of mine Spore. They feel similar because of the green and orange. B tier. Next up is my first 29 gem skin. Retro Nanny. This skin is just fine. The only real thing of note is the screen turning into a Game Boy screen, but that's just 8-bit classics gimmick. C tier. Next up is the third worst skin in Brawl Stars. It's Rockstar Colt. It's just a slightly more unique Outlaw Colt. E tier. Next is another skin that exists. Runaway Gray. The only thing this skin has going for it is the name. The outfit is just white and muted blue, which looks too similar to the original. The outfit is so bad that it looks straight out of Dr. Seuss with that hat and jumpsuit on the loose. C tier. Next up is one of the weirdest skins. Sam the Teddy. The skin is alright, but the concept is just too weird. If you don't think so, just remember it's an elderly man dressed up as a teddy bear. Someone call the police. C tier. Next up belongs to the skin with the best name in the whole game. Shark Tank Hank is next. The shark thing is kinda cool, but he is really only here for the name. B tier. Next up is a very funny skin. It's Sleepy Sandy. The blue doesn't even matter one bit, it's just the spike slippers. B tier. Next is a pretty recent skin with a call gimmick. Squeaky Note. I don't really like the yellow color that much, but the fact that he just has a bunch of random shit on him is pretty funny. B tier. Next is another skin that got a glow up. Stara is next up. The Starry Night colors are so nice and fit Tara's super well, and the big star on her head is a nice touch. A tier. Next might be one of the most boring skins yet. Superstar Stew. This skin is literally just stew with worse colors. D tier. Next is one of the most boring skins. Tech Maisy. The colors are okay, but everything else feels so similar to the original. D tier. Next up is the best 29 gem skin and the best Sprout skin in my opinion. It's the Goat Tropical Sprout. It may not be the value of Mask Spike, but it's cute, stylish and awesome all in one. This little dude is so Hawaiian and it's great. S+++. Next is a very sparkly skin. Unicorn Bonnie. This is just a fun skin. Bonnie's unicorn costume is very cute and the cannon is pretty funny. A tier. Next is a pretty colorful skin and underrated too. It's Vintage Pearl. I really like the fact that Pearl's head is not visible and the lights are the eyes. I always liked this design more than the Rico head of the original. The colors are vibrant and fun and add so much to the skin. A tier. Next is a skin that really grew on me. Warrior Bow used to be one of my least favorite skins, but no, I think it's a decent skin with fun colors. B tier. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed. If this video gets 500 views, I'll make a ranking for the super rare skins. So until next time.